but I think he looks funny, which I don't know if that's a compliment or not. We'll figure it out. Please give it up for Jonathan Gibson.
Hello, my name is Nebuchadnezzar. And I have some very important messages to give to you tonight. Alright, so the other night I was walking around downtown and I found this art party to go to, so I was wearing my normal outfit that you see tonight. And so I walked in and there was a bunch of people sleazing around and being really sleazy and drinking their wine and stuff like that, so I was walking like this. I'm like, dude, man, take your coat off and stay for a while. I'm like, all right. And I'm like, dude, this is just my normal serial killer outfit, but all right. Feels good to be back. All right. So, do we have any animal lovers in the house? Woo! So, tonight I went to a restaurant downtown and we had a few blocks from here. It's pretty exotic, not only that, but erotic. And we had sea turtle nuggets and dolphin burgers, and we had a seagull salad as the appetizer. So, I've got a question to ask you guys. And it's been on my mind for a while because I had this problem in our home the other night. Not the home I'm in now, guys, but the other one. So, how do you remove silicone sex lube from a treadmill belt? I don't know. I couldn't find it online, and I ended up finding a video about it, but it was kind of close. I couldn't make up my mind. It was either called, and I feel really guilty for watching it, but it's called Hot Blonde, Who Is She? And it was either that or BBW Outdoor Fun. Sorry. So my birthday's coming up, and I'm exactly 7 days older than Lady Gaga. But I can't wait till she does TV commercials. I think those would be pretty wild. And but I'm also into sports. The other night I got really inspired and I went out and did some topless yoga out at the Pelham Road 385 Expo. And it's pretty liberating. You should try it. And so I do classes there. I teach people like on Monday through Fridays around 5 to 6 p.m. If you know any elderly people in wheelchairs, they really like it. They really get into it. We haven't made the news yet, but speaking of the news, I like the reporters on TV and stuff, you know, because they're pretty neat. And so there's one lady that I like, and I think about trying to be like her sometimes. All I would need to do is grow my hair out a little bit, take my glasses off and have on contacts, and I could look like Carol Goldsmith. And all right, I got some pretty perverted stuff here. Alright, so we just had the Olympics, like where the stick didn't come up in the opening ceremony, but people think that figure skating is really cool down here, but the Southern Baptist thinks that it's more like a sex on ice type of event, which they've told me. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, that stuff's just sex on ice. I'm like, all right, fucking Krishna, that's not what it is. It's all about the art form. Now, to say the least, there's one sport that tugs at my heart. It's something that's really hard to die at. And I've been training for the past few months. And not only are these really big, but I also have another thing coming up. So this sport that I've been training for the past few years is really hard to die at, and so every day I've been having to eat a couple pounds of beef jerky because the cupcakes don't work anymore. I've got to move up to the next level. which I learned through vector marketing. Come on, guys. I'm being sponsored by Vector Marketing. Come on. And so a couple pounds of beef jerky a day gets the muscles big. This is a sport that takes a real man, not very heard of in America. But the International Pussy Eating Contest is not for sissies. It's pretty big in Afghanistan and Iraq. So what they do is they always win the trophy every year, and they take that back to their cave in there. And finally a sport, I mean, they're the best at it. Finally a sport the Chinese are not the best at. The Chinese are better at everything. Video games, vending machines, toys, cartoons, I'm sick of them always being the guys that make the real cartoons. The ones you gotta be 18 to watch. You know what cartoons I'm talking about. Which I found out about those cartoons in college. Which I knew this guy in college that would never go to the cafeteria for dinner. And, how much food?
You just finish up.
All right.
Wait a minute.
Give him extra time.
All right, so I just got a quick story. So the other day, I had to go get a haircut, and so I ended up going into this place that I heard was pretty cool. And so I'm sitting there, paying some bills, filling out taxes, doing some business calls, writing some poetry, updating my resume, talking to grandma on Facebook chat, and so on. Look up for one split second, topless girl in G-strings walking my way. And I'm like, what's going on? She comes up, puts her legs on my shoulder instead of her hands on my head, and I'm like, I'm just here to get a haircut. And do what? And I'm like, well, I could just get a trim job. And she's like, a what job? And I'm like, just a trim job. And she said, boy, you must be crazy. And so she said, come over, let me show you. And she'd take me back in this back room and ended up being broke the rest of the day, never got a haircut. But I found out you cannot get a haircut in Platinum Plus. Yep. Thank you.
All right, give it up for Jonathan Gibson. That's a lot of balls.